That's what the world does to me.
Right. See?
Keep
Uh,
trying,
Yeah.
keep working hard. All is
Y'all,
good.
y'all got some movie theater promises right now. Just say, we're just gonna, have a sold out movie theater and just gather around each other pretty soon. I
oh,
promise I'm
we
fun
are
in movie
live.
theaters.
She really is. We are live right now.
I tried to, and then it told me it couldn't. Are we live?
Oh,
Oh,
it says I
This
just
says it
got a
worked.
notification that
Oh, if you got a notification, it's real.
that's
uh-oh.
hilarious.
And I
So
titled the
what was that?
episode, it was the bonus episode, Fuck Daryl. Continue.
What
Like
was
that.
that?
That's hilarious.
What did you have to say, David?
I was saying that Daryl Charles is a very dear friend of mine, and that Kat is talking into a sex toy, and she looks like she's a Vietnam helicopter pilot. And
That's not what
what?
I
That's what we
heard.
were talking
That's
about.
not what I heard.
Yeah, it
I
was a pink
said
microphone. What?
I said the night was different because Daryl Charles wasn't here. And what did you say,
Good
David James?
memory.
I
Good
said
memory.
good riddance. Good riddance to Daryl Charles. He probably drove back. Here's the burden that Daryl Charles has this weekend. He did a show, and I think with Ben Salem was at the Steel Stacks, and like in the back of my mind, I was like, I hope he did well because I'm supposed to be there next weekend. And if they see Daryl and it didn't go well, they're gonna be like, "Oh, niggers aren't funny," and then like no one's gonna show up, because that's a true concern. Because there's no black people in Bensalem, Pennsylvania. It's like fucking Allentown, and then they got some Mexicans that they complain about in Allentown, and then you go fucking east, and then you're in Bensalem and at fucking Steel Stacks, which is like a converted fucking place where they used to make shit, like whatever.
Like steel?
And no, I'm not gonna say that, because if they did make steel, apparently it wasn't good enough because there's the Pittsburgh Steelers, and apparently
Oh.
you made good steel if you actually named it after the fucking town. But Ben
Mm.
Salem was just like, isn't Ben Salem like fucking, I don't know,
Is that
Bethlehem, like a shitty
Bethlehem?
version of
Yeah.
Bethlehem or some shit?
I'm mixed
I
up.
don't know.
I thought you were
I
talking
don't
You know
about
what?
know.
Either
You
Bethlehem.
want to know how
way,
you want to know how
wait,
you want to know
no.
how Ben Salem became to be? There was a chick who had a baby, and she was like, yeah, I got pregnant through God. And the dude was like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, yeah, this baby is from God. I didn't have sex with any other dudes. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it's like, bitch, it's 1997. And she
You
was
mean
still trying to
Bethlehem?
use biblical, yeah. This baby is
No.
somebody else's excuse. And that's how Ben
That's
Salem came to be.
what it's Bethlehem, not Ben Salem. And second of all,
That's what I just said. I just said that it was Bethlehem. Ben
also
Salem
that
was
joke
named after
sucks.
Bethlehem because
No,
the
I hate
same
the
dude
joke.
tried to
It
make the
sucks.
excuse.
Goodbye. Anyway, your point is
What?
that you're only supportive of Daryl Charles because he might make it better for you. Is that your point?
I'm only supportive of Daryl Charles because I'm supportive of black women, and a black woman supports Daryl Charles. So I'm pro black woman singular,
When?
because he only
When?
has one. Yeah, this isn't fucking Saudi Arabia. He only has one wife. And
Oh
Says
my
David
God.
James.
There
what?
you
What did I
go.
say?
There you go
What?
again.
What? That's not true.
Uh,
You guys, you all need to know history, okay?
you
And
obviously don't know biblical history because you keep calling Ben Salem the place that Jesus was born, which is
no,
Bethlehem.
it's the place that Jesus was born when he left Allentown.
Wow.
That's a horrible Mexican joke. And by the way, I hope Mexicans vote this year, because 4 years ago they thought they were white, and they were like, oh, I can check white on the fucking census fucking toll, and that's toll, not right.
Toll.
And shut
Oh,
up. I heard you, cat. Shut up. Heard you. They checked white on the census box, right? And a lot of Hispanics thought they were white. And then they were like, oh, my wife and my children have to leave? Yeah, because you fucking signed up for that shit. And now they're like, oh, we thought we were white. And no, you're not white. You're Hispanics. They don't care about you. They lock you up at the fucking border.
Thank
and
you,
fucking voted for this
David.
fella. And now you're mad because half of your fucking family got deported. You're not white. You're not one of them. They never gave a fuck about you. And they won't. And now you're an idiot because you voted for them and half your family is gone. Unless you fucking hated your wife, then it's a brilliant move. Kudos.
So again, we're here because David James has a special message for Darryl Charles.
Yeah, Darryl Charles. This is how you know Darryl Charles loves his wife because she's not Hispanic, so he did not.
Oh my god, I do not. Oh, you're the worst.
Everything David James just said to Mexican people, I feel like I have a version of that to say to black men at some point. And that's why I was sitting here just grinning. I was like, yeah, y'all thought shit was normal. Y'all get out there smiling and hugging and such.
And here, I'm gonna explain to you why they thought they were white, right? So
I think I followed it, Texas, but
if you ever go to Texas,
if
you ever go to Texas, like you'll see the Hispanic dudes walking around with the fucking cowboy hats and the boots and shit, and like we like guns too, and then the white dudes are the same thing. So they thought they were one of them, right? And then they fucking voted for Trump, and then it's like, uh-oh. And he actually told you what he's gonna do. He told you he was gonna build a wall against your fucking home country, and you still thought that you were one of them, and that things are gonna be cool. Oh well, I'm them, but I'm not them. Like, all right, really? They can't tell you apart. That's why the same shit happened. They fucking kicked half of your family out and they deported them, and then you want to be sad. And then the people that were trying to come into the country that hadn't made it yet, they put them in a fucking a Mexican concentration camp and held these kids and separated them, and then bad shit happened. And by the way, the wall, the promise, was never built. It wasn't even close to being built. It was like you went to fucking IKEA and you tried to build a fucking desk, and the only thing you built was like you put the legs, like the little legs, on one fucking piece of wood, and you're like, oh fuck it, I said I'm gonna do it. And 4 years later, the fucking thing was never built. And
are you still
you're
talking?
like, I'm gonna vote for IKEA. Yeah.
Yeah, Manny, that's funny. Manny, you got me laughing at what David is saying now. I wasn't laughing at David. Hypothetical friends.
we don't need to post this because I don't need to be canceled. But
it's already there. It's already out. You've been talking for the past 10 minutes. People are watching. It's there. It's gonna be there forever. This will come out when they are thinking about hiring for something.
All of y'all is niggas. About to have all y'all niggas do y'all.
No one will show up for your show now. Word's gonna get out.
Yeah,
like this is the guy they're bringing.
I saw Darryl Charles on YouTube.
As if people show up to begin with, Manny. I have nothing to lose.
Don't they mix y'all up? You and Darryl?
Oh my god, that happens all the fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you. Okay, rest in peace.
Darryl canceled.
Rest in peace. But I had someone come up to me.
No.
By the way, that was one of the things I thought about doing. Is like when people thought I was Darryl, I was just gonna say the most racist things ever. Like Jews deserve to die and lesbians are wrong. Just completely ruin everything Darryl has going. But I've been
buy David James' album.
I've been mistaken for Darryl. I've been mistaken for Mike Brooks, rest in peace. Who, a funny story where I was like, yeah, someone came up to me and told me nice set, they thought I was you, and like me and Mike are laughing, and then I was like, what the fuck? Like we don't even look like alike at all. You know what I mean? Like we don't look the face, the body, like you're way bigger. And he's just like, hey man, you don't need to say that. Like it was all like ha ha and funny until we start talking about our fucking weight differences.
I didn't say nothing.
Yeah. I was like, nigga, you're like two of me. How the fuck did they like? He was like, yo, shut the fuck up. Like, he's like, this shit was funny until then. You know. There was a bouncer who used to work at Helium that looked like a black Freddie Mercury, like a black Freddie Mercury. He was bald. He had like this big ass mustache, but he was like way smaller than me. And people would come up to him. And it's just like, and that's when you see like the what's it called, the goddamn, like Project Innocence, right? And you see like a black dude from like 1985 who like got locked up because like 8 white women said it was him, and it was like the wrong black dude. You know what I mean? It's like that shit's real. You know? And it's like if people can, and here's the thing, like these are people who are identifying someone who they saw their face for like, let's say a cumulative like 30 seconds, right? And stand up, if it's even if it's a guest spot, you saw someone's face for 5 minutes straight.
Moving,
you know what I mean? And you still get it wrong.
There's so much data available to you about this person.
Yeah. You still get like not the same height, not the same weight, not the same face, and they still cannot tell me and Mike Brooks like apart. You know what I mean?
You're like, Mike Brooks looks like I'm inside him somewhere. Mike Brooks.
But like it's so fucked up. It's like that's a ha funny thing when it comes to stand-up and things that happen after the show. But it's like when that happens in real life and it's like a rape or whatever the fuck it is, a murder, it's like it's the same thing, but it's like it's not fucking funny at all then. But you'll get fucking 8 people saying that, oh, that's the guy, you know, and the height doesn't match up, the weight doesn't match up, the face doesn't match up, everything doesn't match up, and someone would be like 28 years in prison, right? And then, you know, Project Innocence comes along or whatever it may be, they get released, and then the fucking state or whatever will still be like, oh, we're not paying him money. They will still fight to give someone money. Like I watched an episode, there was a guy who 20-something years, and they still fought to not give him a dime.
They really believe it's innocent to have like racist eye brain connections. Like that's innocent, and that person believes they're telling the truth. When they come up to you and call you Darryl Charles, they are telling the truth. It's just a repulsive truth. It's gross. Darryl Charles is wonderful, but like the fact that you can't tell the difference between us, like don't do that. I don't want to see your brain. No, because
there's one thing that's been going around with Darryl Charles, and I want to say it's been recorded, but Darryl Charles has been going around for years, and
what is happening?
He will look at somebody, and then he'll look up at the sky, and he'll go, "Oh, there's Superman," and then someone goes, "Oh, Superman," and then he spits in their mouths. And says, "Yummy, yummy, COVID in your tummy."
You've been doing that
and even in 2015, it's like he's a prophet. And then he goes, "Darryl Charles, I'm out. Kidnapping season." And people have thought that it's been me for all this time because Darryl's an asshole. And he spits in people's mouths.
Oh my god!
Yummy, yummy, COVID in your tummy.
Wow.
So I think that's how it started. Yeah.
All right. Are y'all good?
Anything else to say about
Darryl?
About Darryl?
I'm just saying.
I will say this: if you think he's innocent, have you ever seen his shirts after a show? No one sweats that much that is innocent. Okay? Yeah. His shirts look like he's been smuggling wet tortillas.
Why are you with the wet tortillas?
It's tortillas again.
Tortillas
it's a
again.
visual.
Yeah.
It's a visual. reference.
So and
that
then
if you imagine someone stuffed a wet tortilla in their shirt, that's what Darryl's shirts look like after he does shows.
So you and Darryl will be doing a podcast soon.
Maybe. Probably not after this, but I'll need a new black partner. Yeah.
Well, Manny's available.
Maybe Franklin Neblet, but he's fucking 12.
Oh, that's a whole different show.
Yeah. It would just be like life lessons, and you shouldn't do this, young fella. That would be it. Yeah.
I should be on that show if that's the case.
Yeah. Someone called me OG 2 weeks ago, and I was like, "Oh, I'm old."
Yeah, you are.
You know what? No one needs to to hear your hateful speech, Cecily. It's
no, they do. They need to hear it. It's necessary.
Really?
So you can keep promising that you're nice in person when we're allowed to see people in 2024.
I am very nice to people, just not. I'm actually
anyone that's
so
in the planet.
I'm so very gracious to David James. So this is great. Anyway, that was fun.
I'm just surprised. Manny has a real job. I'm just surprised that he's up still late.
Yeah, I have a problem.
Especially the saddest week of fucking sucks to be quarantined ever.
I'm just up.
And it's the saddest week because not David James. What's his name? Darryl Charles was not here.
Wow.
And David James was.
Actually, I should probably check that he's alive, since he was in Ben Salem. What? I have to go there next week. This is all about me. I don't care about Darryl.
Apparently.
Yeah, Lori can find someone better. And
disrespectful.
I was in touch with him today. He made it out of Bethlehem.
Is he? Okay. Oh, there's so many things I can say about Darryl right now, but it's like it's private.
There's one person watching.
Like I get totally.
Who's that?
I don't know. Who knows?
Karen.
Hey, Karen.
Who's Karen?
I don't know.
Oh, a Karen.
Literally, her name is Karen.
Good for
anyway.
Her. By the way, do you get a pass legally with black people if you call the cops on people and your actual legal name is Karen?
A pass though.
A pass for what?
Like Manny, if you had to defend someone and they're like, legally, her name was Karen. So she was basically doing what a Karen does.
I rest my case.
She has like immunity.
Yeah. It's like if a lion bites
Karen
somebody on the neck
or something.
Yeah, if a lion chases somebody down and bites them on the neck, you would have the same defense. You're like, it's a lion.
What was you doing over
what lions do.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you'd have to prove the person knew she was a Karen though.
Name. Yeah.
So, but I would just, try to figure out a way to make that argument, I guess.
You would argue for a Karen?
Well, in that case, if I'm defending her, I have to, because the Pennsylvania bar would require me if I decided to. In that situation, he already made me a counsel, you know what I mean? So I'm just putting myself in that situation.
You see how the two of them are coming up with qualified immunity for Karens?
Great
job supporting black.
We have Manny and David James is a paralegal, and y'all broke people are going to be mad about it. Okay, and we're going to make a lot of money. And Manny's going to do the legwork. I'm going to come up with the ideas. Okay, and that's just how the team's going to work.
Are y'all going to kick any money back?
Right. Are you going to give money to black women?
Especially these two?
Specifically.
As soon as COVID is over, we're both going to strip clubs. So
I know.
Not only are we giving money to black women, but we're also giving money to black children.
But not
so
disrespectful. That's disrespectful. Get out of here.
We will also rent a van, and we will play Destiny's Child. Can you pay my bills? And any black women that chase it like it's an ice cream truck, we will contribute funds.
See how you can't just say you're gonna give us somebody. Just
So,
Black women.
you don't love us. You don't care about black women.
I love black women.
No. You love black woman?
No, we're mad.
y'all get
The
one and you're
one-
like, I'm done for life.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm
Just
all
see,
tapped out
respectful.
loving this.
That's
one.
why
Yeah.
Darryl Charles is selfish. He's only married to one black woman. I would marry several black women. Okay. And Daryl's not willing to do that, which means he's selfish and he's anti-black women. He's pro-black woman, but anti-black women.
That's a
All right.
good place to end that.
Good night, y'all. Love you, Darryl.
I love you, Darryl.
I love you.
Good night,
Darryl.
Letices.